Hey guys, it's Nikwa. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. So today's look is going to be a basic simple glam with a nice poppin' red lip. So this is how I've been looking lately. My lips is dry, my face is dry, I'm breaking out, and I'm just tired of being home looking crazy. So I'm going to show you how I went from this to this. So let's get started. To start off, I'm using my Clear Complexion Mist Toner by Isano. I just sprayed this on my face. I'm going to use my hand to rub it in. They have really good facial products if you're ever interested in trying these products. Next, I'm going to use my Facial Prime and Setting Mist. This is by Giovanni. And this is the Rose Water and Aloe. So next, I'm going to use my Flawless Skin Marula Oil by Olivia Care. And I'm just adding this to my lips to give my lips some moisture. Later, you'll see me moisturize my face with it as well. Now, let's get into these brows. So for the first step, I'm going to take this dark brown pencil and we're going to outline the brows with it. So I'm just lightly going on the outside of my brow with this dark brown pencil. And this just helps me outline my brows exactly the way that I want it. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other brow, just lightly outline it on the bottom and the top. And this is just helping me shape my brow. So today, these are the three main items I'll be using to sculpt my brow. So I'm going to be using my Brow Perfecting Pencil. This is by BH Cosmetics. So I'm using this pencil to lightly fill in the brow inside where I outlined it. Then I'm going to use my spoolie to blend it out. Then you'll see me go back in with the pencil to add a little bit more color and definition. Then you'll see me use my brush to lightly just blend out that brow to make it look more natural. So when you're doing your brows, it does not have to be perfect. Mine are never perfect. I feel like my left brow, which is your right, from what you're looking at, which is the one that I'm doing now, I feel like that brow is always the one that looks a little bit crooked or looks a little bit weird. But in the end, you can never really tell the difference once I do my full face. But one of my brows is always like just not the way that I want it. So don't worry about making it look so perfect. As long as it looks the way that you want it to look and you're satisfied with it, it's fine. You're free to go outside. As long as it doesn't look a mess, you good, girl. So we're going to move on to concealer. Today I'm using the Laura Geller New York Baked Radiance Cream Concealer. This is in the shade Deep. And we're going to use this to outline the bottom brow and for the top of my eyelid. And I'm only going to use this on the bottom part of my brow. For the top of my brow, we're going to use a different concealer, and I'll tell you why later. So I know it may look like I'm using a lot of concealer, and I don't usually use this much, but I just hate when my eyelid looks like it doesn't have any product on it. So I feel like when I'm going for a more soft glam look, a more natural look, it looks much better when I conceal the brow. Conceal under the brow on top of my eyelid and then set it with some setting powder. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other brow, just lightly outline underneath the brow. Then I'm going to fill it in on the top of my eyelid. So for the top of my brow, I'm using Juvia's Place Magic Concealer. This is in the shade 10. And the reason I'm using this different concealer is that I am using Juvia's Place foundation for this look today. And I wanted the top part of my brow to blend well with my foundation. So I'm using a concealer that is more close to my actual skin complexion instead of the lighter color that's on the bottom. So now I'm going to take my concealer brush and I'm just going to blend this in on the top part of my brow and on the bottom. I'm just lightly blending out that concealer. So I love that you guys get to see a detailed look of how I actually do my brows. I know a lot of makeup artists don't do brows in every video, but I would like to keep showing you how I do my brows in my videos because I switch it up often and so many people ask me about brows. So this way you'll get to see how I do my brows in every video. So now we're going to move on to moisturizer, and I'm just using that Flawless Skin Marula oil again. I just added a dot on each cheek and my chin, and I'm going to go ahead and blend that in before I move on to my foundation. So for foundation, I am using my Juvia's. This is in the shade 310. And I'm adding a dot to each side of my cheek, my chin, and then I'm going to use my brush to blend it in. I feel like even using a dot, it's still a lot of product. This is why I didn't put any on my forehead, because I can just use the product that's already on my face to just blend it around, use some for my forehead, and then just continue to move this all around my face. I know I did a review on this product, but I just have to talk about it every time because I love the way it looks on my skin. It blends so well on my skin. This color is like the perfect shade for me. And as you can see on the top where I concealed my brows, it blends perfectly with the concealer that I used on the top of my brow. So this is why I like to use a color that's more closer to my skin complexion when I'm doing the top part of my brow. That way it doesn't give me that like light halo around my brow. It just blends in so easy. So now I'm gonna go ahead and set my eyelid. I'm using the Kalahari Eye and Magic Setting Powder by Juvia's Place. And I'm just gonna lightly tap with my Morphe brush and just add this setting powder to the top of my eyelid. And this just helps me set that concealer and foundation that I applied. And this is just gonna help my look a little bit more soft and natural. So now I'm gonna move on to eyeshadow. I'm not trying to do like a full beat or a full glam look. I just didn't like how my eyes looked with just the setting powder, so I'm just adding a little bit of gold eyeshadow to the bottom part of my eyelid just to give me some cute little shimmer to make my eyes pop, especially when I, add my eyelashes. Next, I'm gonna go over my lashes with some mascara. And this is just a step that I do to prep before I put on my actual lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start my concealer. I'm using the Magic Concealer by Juvia's Place. This is in the shade 15. So I'm gonna add this under my eyes. I'm gonna add a little bit under my nose, my chin, and my forehead. And I'm just gonna conceal all those areas, you know, that us girls like to conceal. And this is just gonna help sculpt my face. So next I'm gonna use a little darker shade, which is a little bit more close to my skin complexion. This is also Juvia's Place, and this is in the shade 10. So I'm gonna just go under that number 15 and add a little bit concealer. And then I'm gonna use my Juvia's Face. This is the foundation stick. What number is this? Okay, this is the Tunisia. Don't kill me for pronouncing it wrong. It's Tunisia, Tunisia. And I'm using this for contour. It's not as dark as I would like it, but it's gonna get the job done today. So I added this to my forehead, my cheeks, and to my nose to contour. Now, the reason that I did my concealer and contour before I did my lashes is that I've noticed that the Juvia's Place concealer, it's very moist. It doesn't go on matte the way I would like it. So I like to put it on, and you didn't actually see, but I did sit and tried to let it dry for a few minutes before I started blending it in. So this is why I did this step first before my lashes, so I can let that sit and dry a bit, because I don't like blending it when it's too moist. I know it sounds weird, but that's just the way that I like to do it. So as you can see, I'm using this brush to blend in my concealer and sculpt my face. And then you'll see me use a beauty blender to blend in my contour. Now I switch from the brush to my beauty blender to blend in my contour. So these are the eyelashes I'm using today, and I do not remember the name. Do not kill me. And of course I threw out the box. I'm so sorry. But I got these lashes from my local beauty supply store. They were very inexpensive. I ordered a whole box of new lashes and they just haven't come in the mail yet. Everything is taking so long with this coronavirus and everything that's going on. So I have so many products that I ordered that just has not come yet. So I had to use what I could get. Now moving on to my Kalahari I Am Magic Setting Powder by Juvia's Place. So I'm going to take my Morphe brush and just lightly tap under my eyes, my chin, my nose, and all the areas where I apply concealer. And we're just going to lightly tap and set that concealer. So now we're going to move on to blush. The blush that I'm using is actually from the same palette with the eyeshadow that I used for today. And I know I say this in every single video, but I do not know the name of this palette, guys. I've been trying to figure it out and I just don't know. So my apologies for that. But I'm just lightly tapping with my blush brush and adding this blush to my cheeks. Then we're going to move on to highlight. I'm using the Royalty 2 by Juvia's. This is the loose highlighting powder, and this stuff is amazing. This is my first time trying their highlighters, and the product is amazing. Like, it just gives my face this amazing glow and shine, and I didn't even have to use that much. I only tapped a little bit on my brush, dabbed it inside the top of the highlighter container, and that's all that I used for this look. It's just the little dot that I put on the brush and tapped inside of the top. And do you see this glow it's giving me? This glow is amazing. So now we're moving on to lips. I'm just gonna go ahead and outline my lips with this dark brown pencil. And whatever look that I go for, no matter what day it is or what look it is, I always outline my lips with a dark brown pencil. I just love the look that it gives when I outline my lips with dark brown. So for this look today, I used the Relentless Red lipstick by MAC, and I'm gonna go over it with this Absolute New York pinup in the shade ALV10. If any of you are interested in this color, this is Absolute New York, and the name is Pinup ALV10. And I just used this Absolute New York on top of the MAC because I wanted a matte look, and the MAC lipstick is not matte. So now I'm going to use my Morphe setting spray to set my face. And this is basically the end of the video. I just like to do this before I add my mascara, because usually when I do my mascara and then I spray my face, I always blink too hard and then I get mascara all on the bottom of my eyes and it's annoying. So I sprayed first. Now I'm adding my mascara and we're basically done. So I am all done. I'm gonna go ahead and take my bonnet off, and then I will be right back with the finished look. Here we go. So I'm so excited with how this look actually came out. I wanted to go with a more simple, calm look, and I just wanted my lips to pop and do most of the work for my face. I didn't want to do too much, you know, craziness with the eyes. I really love, you know, simple glam. That's my go-to, a nice everyday look with a poppin' lip. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you who take time out to like, subscribe, and watch my videos. Make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments, ask any questions you want to ask, and I will see you soon.